Hey YouTube, you may have seen this guitar before. This is the Ibanez Lonestar le520dv, and DV stands for dark violin. Wee bitty scratchy this one. Been well used. This is my pal Ronnie's. I had it in to see if before to see if there was anything, how bad the frets actually were. They were totally worn right down to the bone. You could sort of play it, you knew it was a really good guitar, but so it's just back from a Jimmy Egypt refret. 200 quid, something like that it cost. And it was worth doing because of the guitar it is. So this, I googled it on Google, funnily enough. I'll keep a picture of me holding it from the last time I had it in, so there's not an awful lot of stuff kicking about on these. It is in the 1986 Ibanez catalogue, which I always mention on all the Ibanez videos. If you actually just go to ibanez.com and then go to support in the wee menu, catalogues from not every catalogue, but a fair whack. I think every catalogue from the 90s onwards sort of thing, but a fair whack of the 60s and 70s and 80s ones. Which is great, and it's official, and you can get on it, and it's free. If you're into all the sort of old mad guitars I like, it's like you try and Google catalogue images and you get it, and there's like, I can't remember there's a website that you can like buy access to them for like, I think it's $12 a month, something, or $12 6 months. It's the sort of thing that's just like just want it free. To find out read the small paragraph about my guitar. Yeah, so this is reading up the Lonestar. I think might only be 1986. Also see it's got the headstock, by which all what you'd expect to see on an RG headstock on it. Which you think, oh well, fair enough, it's an Ibanez, but you could correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think this was an electric guitar headstock shape in 1986, because this is not what the RGs look like. I've got an RG, in fact there's one there actually. That was the shape of the RG headstock in 1986. 1987 was when Steve Vai came out with the Gem, and it had this headstock. I have seen this headstock on possibly the Iceman as well, or what became the Iceman, but the Destroyers, basically the Ibanez version of the Gibson Explorer, which I think by all accounts are, like the late 70s ones, are better than any Gibson Explorer ever was. They're a little bit pointier, and they've got this headstock. So, an Explorer, a Destroyer headstock on acoustic. The neck, it says in there it's got like more of an electric guitar feeling neck, which it does. It's not the Wizard neck that's on the RG though, well, that wasn't invented for another couple of years. So, actually, just that's how... I'd be kind of tempted to say it's got the same neck profile as the Roadster, as the Ridster. Now that I think about it, it's just because it's got this headstock on it. I'm thinking of the Wizard neck. Yeah. So it's thin. It is hollow. It's very light, but that's not neck heavy. It's got the Ibanez Smooth Tune 2s on them. They go to same tuners that are on all the Ibanez from that era, because they're excellent, and as usual, Gotoh tuners don't generally break, or wear out, unless you really drop the guitar badly, or you for some reason want to put other. So these have lasted since 1986, and they're still good. And this is the top of the range. This is the 520. This range was meant for electric. It was a new super design. It's like a radical new set of 6 guitars. That's been the most expensive one. The smaller ones seem to have sound holes. So the first 3 are sort of twice as thick, kind of like I always call them Bee Gees acoustics, but like the Yamaha APX type thing, sort of slightly smaller bodied electroacoustics. And then there's one of these which has a sound hole in it, and the piezo pickup in the bowl of the bridge, and then the next one up is the same guitar but with a nylon strings, and then this is the top of the range, which has an electric pickup in it as well, which I thought that's a great thing, because pizzos are sometimes very they're a bit piezo soundy, a bit harsh and abrasive. So I think, oh, you can just mix in a little bit of the neck of a magnetic pickup, and I've done this before on lots of guitars, to make it sound a bit more real and like an acoustic, so it's not quite as clinical as thingy. But according to this, it's so that you can play bits you would normally play on an electric guitar. It doesn't even mention blending the two together, which it is what I was doing when I tuned it up a minute ago. Yeah. So the amp's not on. So on this one you have to turn the amp on. So it's just playing through the audio. I don't have an acoustic amp, so it's orange amp, clean channel. There's a reverb pedal on. And so there is the piezo pickup. There is a, what I assume is a tone knob, but it might be active. This thing will take a battery because it's got piezo. Probably. That's probably a battery compartment. I should probably take it off. There's a wee bit of marks on the back of it as well. Turn it down. It doesn't seem to. Is that the tone? And that's the piezo volume. No. Why has it got a dent in the middle? Or is it a blend? It's a blend. Yeah, so if you're fully on this is fully magnetic. This is the third, which I thought was a tone until 2 seconds ago, or an active circuit, is all the way back is bridge pickup, is a humbucker. I think. No, it's not. So it is a tone control for the learning as we go. I need to look that up and find out exactly what it is it's doing. It'll make sense, it's just very difficult to work out what it is you're actually doing. So yeah, so the piezo, I don't think it's doing anything apart from when you turn it all the way down, it's off. I wonder if the battery's flat. I wonder if Ronnie knows it takes a battery. Because that thing in the middle, the way it's kind of working as a tone control, sort of kind of reminds me of the Aria bass I had, which was Japanese, and that had a notch in the centre, and basically the tone control when it was in the middle was off. Basically, when you turned it down, it passively acted like a tone control, but when you turned it up, it boosted the treble. So it was only active on the top half of the pot, if you know what I mean. Because which this might be what this is meant to do. It might not have a battery in it, because the piezo wouldn't be battery powered anyway, but there might be something in there. Oh, that is wired up funny. I'll have to look at it. I suppose that hatch in the back might not necessarily be for the battery. It might just be so you can get in at it. Doesn't look like it's going to be much fun anyway. It's not a very big hatch. And then the neck pickup. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, how that's not a blend. Oh, is that a blend from the top half? No, I don't know what it is. Well, any sensible person would start this video again, wouldn't they? See, there's the piezo, so it's a little bit thin. A bit of that in. And there must be some sort of funny thing going on, because you can't just mix a magnetic and a piezo on its own. Also, this, I forgot to mention, this is actually the same pickup. The IBZ pickup. It's not active, but it kind of looks like an EMG, which are the same pickups that are in my RG530 from 1986, and also the one that, which I always mention, Gary Moore used for the solo in Out in the Fields. I had those pickups because I can't find the interview, but I read it, and the interviewer, he says, yeah, someone asked him what he were talking about his new single. He said, yes, I use an ibanez RG530. Does that appear? Yes. I saw it in the video. Has that got EMGs in it? And Gary Moore goes, no, they kind of look like EMGs because they've got the black covers, but it's just the Ibanez stock pickups. They're really good. So, Gary Moore pickup. And then you can use the neck pickup for anything you would normally play on an electric guitar, according to the brochure. Something not connected properly. I could hear it pulsing. Yes, as long as you don't really want to bend the strings, because this has got acoustics on it. Tens, I think. Obviously, you do other things other than using the rat pedal, but it says the electric guitar parts I would normally play, and I normally play with a rat pedal, so I'm testing that. And the only thing I can't do that I normally do on an electric guitar is bend the strings. It's the B and the E that are really bad in an acoustic. I can bend the B and the E. It's bending the wound G. That's like it's a no-no. Yeah, so I mean, I think it's really rather interesting, this guitar. I don't know what you would use it for. I mean, I do know what you'd use it for. It'd be basically for looking cool. Imagine you're the singer of a band, pretty much any band, and you're like, you play acoustic for a couple of songs. Brilliant. It's because it's light, it's small, and it looks cool as fuck. And also having a really good pickup system, considering it's so old. Or maybe, what about if you're in a Carpenter's tribute band, playing acoustic guitar, and then you do Calling Occupants of Interplanetary Craft, and you need to do the fuzz solo? You could do it on this. That'd be totally fine. I've not done an electric acoustic hybrid for ages. This isn't really a hybrid as such, apart from the fact maybe this is an acoustic guitar. It just doesn't have a sound hole in it, but it's an acoustic guitar with an electric guitar type neck, which I'm going to check the length of. Acoustics are normally Gibson scale, and this one is full Strat scale, so it's actually a long scale acoustic. Acoustics are normally, I think they're normally 24 3/4 inches, and this is 25.5, like a Strat or an RG or something like that. Which might make it a little bit more bassy and possibly make the strings a little bit more taut if you're using the same gauge. Right, we'll try to use it for what I would use it for. Get some piezo action on the go. And then just batter out some chords. That's really very rather loud, isn't it? That drum beat's a bit low, don't know how loud this bass is going to go to keep up with it. We'll see. I'm going to say the wee red bass has not failed me yet, but it's not really anything to do with it. It's how loud the amp is. Good enough. Sounds alright. I do have a master volume control on that amp. So acoustic solos, here we go. So I'll plug in the bass amp. Bend the G. I just did. .17, 19, 20 frets. That's just a piezo. pickups a little bit louder, so if you want them to hear them, you've got them both on, all you hear is the desk. So just the neck pickup. No tone. dead loud, eh? Black Sabbath pedaling. Chug. Something going on with the pedals. There's definitely something in my pedal board not. It's not the guitar lead. It's not the guitar because it's not doing it when it's on. When it's off. Something funny. Anyway, I'll do another video for you, Ronnie. This one, there's no way that anyone's gonna. If you're gonna try and sell this, nobody's gonna sit through half an hour. Mind you, if I was gonna buy a guitar like this, I'd watch a half-hour video of some idiot playing it, trying to what not to do on it. Yeah, so. It's awfully good. It really is. I think you would get away with pretty much playing everything I would ever play. I don't really need it. Well, if you wanted to try and have one guitar rather than having two, it's really light, which is nice. I suppose, see, for playing an acoustic, I mean, even unplugged, it's louder than a normal electric. Like it's totally at the volume. You could just sit on the sofa watching telly and play it not plugged in very comfortably. And I mean, actually, literally quite comfortably because it's quite small. But imagine through a PA, it's going to sound great, especially just that ability to blend. I know it's not what it was designed for, but the ability to just have the piezo on as you would normally have it on, and then blend in a bit of magnetic sound, which kind of just makes it sound less harsh and more realistic. I would say that if you had to choose one of the two pickups, the piezo does sound more acousticy, but it's like piezo, magnetic. Whereas if you could mix the two together, you get kind of the best of both worlds. I mean, I just feel you go from sort of very. I mean, I've been doing this I did this with the last couple of acoustics, like full acoustics. Just put a Stratocaster pickup in the neck for this very reason. Just a bit bright. I mean, it's totally fine and acceptable, but just a bit of that. There, see? Suddenly it's got balls. Yeah, the biting point, quite like that actually. Where it's kind of really just between like 8 or 9 on the magnetic volume, for too loud to not doing enough. Kind of around about between 8 and 9 seems to be a magic number in there. It takes a wee bit of while to get used to. You notice me getting better at it there, getting the hang of it. It's a little bit alien. It feels just like an electric guitar, straight up all the way, apart from the fact the strings aren't as bendy, but you hit it differently. So I was noticing there, like, some of the things that I normally do on an electric guitar, like, because I've got, like, sustain and stuff on, like, with the rat pedal, there's less percussive playing, and it sounds fine. Whereas as soon as I was doing it on this guitar, and it was sounding great, and then as soon as I switched on to the acoustic, suddenly it was like the same as playing all acoustics. You can't let some notes ring because they're too quiet, so you have to kind of be a bit more attacky. Do you know what I mean? To make it a little bit more... Make it sound acousticy. You know, an electric, you can tend to be able to do a bit more... Well, that was an acoustic, you have to be pure... To get that sort of, to make it sound like an acoustic, basically. No, but I think my pal's going to, I think he was thinking of selling this. He might not once he's got it going. I get the impression that it's kind of needing a wee bit of playing, a wee bit of love. It's a little bit unloved. Obviously, it was loved a lot. I reckon this has probably seen hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of gigs. Probably, if you think about it, in 1986, I know there was a Washburn Mirage, which my pal Wayne has, which is very similar to this. It's solid body though. It's made probably from about the same year actually. The one Roger Waters used at the Berlin Wall concert in 1990. That one. It's got a bridge pickup. Actually, it's kind of a similar looking one to this with an EMG type cover on it. It's got a bridge pickup and a fake sound hole and a piezo built into the bridge with the same sort of mixing ability. I don't think the knobs are here. I think the knobs are up here if I remember right. But I think that and this might have been kind of what you want to play in an acoustic on stage. Really? What, with a drum kit? You mental? You can't do that. You know, obviously you could always play acoustics on stage to a certain degree. Like Crosby, Stills and Nash managed to do it, or Nash and Young managed to do it at Woodstock. But the sound's pretty awful. That's that they didn't have drums or electric guitars or basses playing along with them. So you can play an acoustic in the sort of 70s or 80s on stage, but in general you couldn't really have like an acoustic song. Well, I think, to be honest, the songs we start thinking about that have like acoustic bits in them are your Bon Jovis and stuff like that, because by that point they had guitars like this. I've never seen Richie Sambora playing one of these, but I bet he did, or played something very similar to it. A pointy-headed acoustic, I think so, yes. But I do like it a lot, actually. I wonder if you should be selling this, Ronnie. It seems very different. Sell one of your sell a couple of acoustics instead. Doesn't sound in tune. Something not right. But yeah. So 1986, Ibanez, Lone Star. None of the other ones in the Lone Star series looked at this. As I said, the one below it just doesn't have it's got like a sound hole and it doesn't have this pickup in it. And then there's an nylon string version of that. And then there's a few sort of twice as thick acousticy things. I mean, actually, you can see a ruler there. I was going to say it's 1.5 inches thick. I'm not going to do it in inches. 1.5 inches or something like that. 42mm thick. That rings a bell for how thick kitchen worktop is. Therefore, how thick a regular guitar is. And I'll look at the one that's definitely not. Yeah, it's kind of 42. Yeah, it's the same thickness as an electric guitar, basically. definitely something going on with my pedals though. I took the wee drum pedal out and was playing with it the other day. As soon as you take something out the circuit and put it back in again, everything, all the connections that were quite happy being not moved have been moved. Oh, I've not been moved for 6 months. I think I'll make a wee bit of an intermittent connection. It's also got a volute on the back of the neck as well. And the squeakiness is because of these crappy roto sound straps which I keep using. Also, it's not quite, I'd probably have it slightly lower than this, but this is the strap at extreme length. So if you want one of these and you want to sling it low, like Duff McKagan or something like that, you need to buy a specifically longer strap. I suppose a weight. See the thing? There's quite a lot. Does that? I think I might have just solved a problem. A problem that wasn't that. It's quite so you can get the angle. How do I get the light bit to sit there? You can sort of see it there. It's quite scratched here, right? Which is kind of a strange place for it to be scratched. And it's kind of scratched here. Yeah? Which is a kind of... It seems a strange place for damage, and it's like, oh, it's... and in there as well. It's kind of strange wear to have, because I mean the actual top of it's actually in not bad condition apart from these few dinks. And I've just decided right there. I don't know what they're called, but you know those stands that hold your acoustic like that? Bang, so you can be playing your electric guitar, you sling it in your back, you come up to the front and you play the acoustic-y bit, and then I think this gets held on somehow like this, which is where all that damage is, and that is basically sitting on a stand, and it gets brought out for you to do the acoustic song for probably quite a big band if they had one of those stands. So I wonder if this has got some... I mean, it's definitely the sort of pro level that you can imagine any band from the late 80s. Well, I mean, I'm thinking you'll be talking like Thunder, something like that. I can totally see Thunder having this for the big acoustic ballad, you know, wheeling them out and having it on one of those stands, which I need to get one, just for the sake of it. Having it, so it's just standing, and you can just, you know, you can play it while you've got your electric guitar on the rig. Would make perfect sense. Plus, it looks really cool. Oh, because I was originally thinking, it's done so many gigs. I wonder if it's obviously been played a lot because it's been worn down. Is that because, as well, if you think about it, if you're playing one or two songs acoustically, and you're in, let's say you're in Thunder, or something like that, so you've got your big super ballad, you're going to be battering those open chords like a madman. Although it wasn't just the cowboy chords that were done, they were kind of done all the way up. But I'd imagine maybe if you've been playing what I just said there about playing a bit more percussively or an acoustic, if you've played the first few songs of your gig, or the first half of your gig, rocking out on your Les Paul or whatever, and then you come onto an acoustic, you're going to absolutely well it. So maybe that's why the frets are worn out. No, interesting guitar, and no documentary evidence or any idea at all that it was owned by Thunder, but it was owned by a band like that, I'm pretty sure. And I have no idea whether it just explains that really strange. Either that or the case. No, because it's got a case. It's got its original case. Rather nice. So it's not the case that's scratched. That I'm going for it. I'm going for it and saying that they're some sort of clampy holdy thing, so that you could come up. It'd be set up on the stage in a playing position. So there you go. Ibanez Lonestar R520, whatever it was. Rock on. See you tomorrow. I might have my live stream tomorrow night. I don't know. It depends. Now, who's up for a live stream on a Saturday? Is Saturday better than Sunday? Do I maybe start that next week? Do I ditch the Sunday and do Saturday instead? I'll try it for a couple of weeks. I did try it before about a year ago, but nobody watched. But that's because I probably didn't announce it enough. Maybe if I announce it with intention for next week, that's the way to go. Anyway, I'll probably have to do there might be another 5-minute video coming up for this as well. Seeing as this is a 40-minute slog, which is probably not very good for selling a guitar, assuming Ronnie decides to sell this. Rock on, catch you later.